The sirens in the background are perfect for reason number 4. Warning, warning, there's nearby plants around. You don't need to just spray whatever you want to spray. You have to always be mindful, and that's what makes weed control difficult. At least what I'm saying is the number 4 reason that it's difficult, because like right here along the ditch bank, you don't have to worry about keeping those plants alive, because the whole goal here is to keep plants from getting in the drainage so that the water can flow, so that properties don't flood and a lot of other bad things happen. And so, but when you do have nearby plants, for example, in this yard, we have Bermuda grass right here, and then you don't go too much further, and now you have carpet grass, and you better know what keeps carpet grass alive, because if you don't, you're going to end up killing your carpet grass while you're trying to kill a certain weed. And then as you keep going, now you get into some St. Augustine grass, and you better know what keeps St. Augustine grass alive, because guess what? If you don't, you're going to end up hurting some things. And so, let's talk about 2 weeds that everybody can agree it would be good to kill. And remember, you can't go scorched earth. That's why it's difficult. If you go scorched earth and you just kill it all, then it gets a whole lot easier. But like with thistles or burrweed, B-U-R-W-E-E-D, some people call them stickers. If it's centipede St. Augustine, we like to spray 2 products called MSM and Change Up. Not MSMA, but MSM and Change Up. But guess what? Change Up is not safe in high amounts on St. Augustine, and so you can end up at least damaging, if not killing, St. Augustine if you're not aware of, not mindful of trying to keep your St. Augustine alive while trying to kill those thistles or burrweed. Centipede does not like a high rate of MSM or metsulfuron. St. Augustine can take high rates of metsulfuron. Centipede can take high rates of Change Up, but if you get those swapped up and mixed up, you might hurt the nearby plants, and so that makes it difficult. You do small amounts of both on centipede St. Augustine yards and it works good. Let's talk about Bermuda grass, trying to control those same weeds in Bermuda grass. If you don't put pre-emerge in Bermuda grass in the fall for those weeds, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to have problems. But it's good to know that Bermuda grass grows along the ground, on top of the ground, known as stolons. So does centipede and St. Augustine. For those of you further north, you need to be mindful of what type of turf grass you're growing in. Again, that's why it gets more complicated. You're going to find out if you just listen here to know that, like, depending on the type of plant you're growing, that's around those thistles or those burrweed, you have to be mindful. But to my point, centipede St. Augustine, Bermuda zoysia, they all grow along the top of the ground. Carpet grass, I mentioned that one, called stolons. Stolons are above ground stems that creep along the ground, and they can fill in bare spots. It's really nice. You don't have to put out seeds for those kinds. If they're already close by, they can just run across the ground. Bermuda zoysia also have rhizomes which go below the ground and then grow under the ground, going horizontally, underground stems. Why does that matter? Well, if you put too much pre-emerge on centipede St. Augustine, that thin layer on the top of the ground, those stolons for centipede St. Augustine, they're not going to be able to root in so well. Whereas Bermuda zoysia can grow underneath that layer of pre-emerge. It doesn't hurt the health of the Bermuda zoysia plants, and so they're able to grow under that pre-emerge labor, under that layer of pre-emerge, and still be able to be good, strong, healthy plants. And so that's good to know when you're trying to prevent thistle or burrweed or any weed, is, hey, be aware of the nearby plants, how they grow, what's healthy or not healthy for them, and then your weed control efforts are going to be a lot more successful. Customers are going to be happier, you're going to be happier, and so I hope that helps you to understand now a little bit more. There's so much more to say, but a little bit more about why nearby plants make weed control difficult.